I am Elliot Reeves, an audio engineer of the Interplanetary Signal Research Agency, ISA. 12 years ago, I was assigned to the Eclipta space station, where humans listen to the universe through massive crystal antennas hanging in Saturn's orbit. We had a single mission: to capture sounds from deep space, decode them, and send them back to Earth. But in truth, the sound of the universe isn't really a sound at all. Most of it is meaningless waves, the static of nothingness. Until the day I heard singing. The signal came from coordinates RA 142207, descent -2311, a dark region between galaxies, where there are no stars, no planets. At first, I thought the system was malfunctioning, but when I filtered the frequency and compressed the noise, I heard it clearly. A woman's voice, low, pure, and rhythmic. The language was English. She sang a sorrowful melody, her lyrics broken like sobs. We were the light, once, before the stars forgot our name. I told no one. I simply stored the recording in my personal drive and kept monitoring. The next night, the signal returned, exactly 24 hours later. Same frequency, same melody, except for one small difference. It was longer. I started sleeping less. I wanted to know where the transmission came from. Everything was irrational. No celestial body, no reflected signal, nothing that could transmit at such perfect intervals. I projected the coordinates on the star map. It lay between two spiral arms of the Milky Way, in a region no probe had ever reached. I put on my headset and replayed the recording hundreds of times. Sometimes, I thought I heard her call my name. Elliot, can you hear us? I almost believed that somewhere out there, another civilization was trying to make contact. But then I realized, her voice carried vibrations that were far too human. The tiny flaws in her breathing, the small pauses, as if the singer were standing right beside me. I sent the recording to Earth. The spectral analysis department discovered something impossible. The Doppler drift corresponded to a temporal displacement of roughly 12,000 years into the past. In other words, the signal was coming from the future. My colleague, Dr. Alina Vorin, trembled as she read the result. Elliot, if that's true, it means we're hearing Earth, but not the Earth of now. We checked again. The carrier wave contained structures identical to ancient human-made satellite transmissions. Everything matched. I returned to my cabin and played the newest recording. The woman's voice was clearer than ever. To those who find this, we were the ones who dreamed of the stars, and the stars answered. Behind her voice came sounds of wind, the sea, children laughing, then silence. 3 weeks later, Earth stopped responding to all communications. ISA called it the global silence phenomenon, a communication blackout with no known cause. I kept listening. The signal still arrived each day, but grew weaker and weaker. In the final recording, she sang slowly, like a farewell. This is our song to the void. If you hear it, remember us. After that, only white noise. A month later, while checking the original data, I found an encoded pattern within the frequency spectrum, a rhythmic sequence resembling DNA. I extracted it, decoded it, and froze. The sequence matched 99.98% of the current human genome. Not only that, the data also contained the exact coordinates of Eclipta and today's date, which means the signal I received did not come from a distant future. It was transmitted from this very station thousands of years later, when no one was left to hear it. And I, somehow, was listening to the final recording of the human race, tonight. I opened the observation hatch and gazed toward Saturn. Beneath its thick clouds glimmers a pale light, like the lingering echo of an ocean that has gone silent. I put on my headset. There is no more signal. Yet I still hear, in my mind, a floating melody. We were the light, once, before the stars forgot our name. I press record, and for the first time in years, I sing along. Maybe, thousands of years from now, someone will hear it and know that once there was a man who refused to let the universe stay silent.